The defense has started to present its case in the trial involving the Ghost Ship warehouse fire. Lawyers right away trying to show that someone else is to blame for that deadly fire. KPIX 5's John Ramos was in the courtroom.
The defense wasted no time in putting forward its contention that the fire was not an accident at all, but an intentional murderous act of arson. The first witness was a woman named Sharon Evans. She testified she was at a nearby taco restaurant as the fire was raging and said she overheard a group of young men happily congratulating each other about what they had just done.
They were talking about the way the fire was going. Nobody was ever going to be able to make it out. Nobody was ever going to be able to escape. She said she heard approximately 5 of these men making these comments. These men were all dressed in black. They were wearing black hoodies. This is what the witness says. This isn't something that the defense is making up.
The defense is alleging the fire was intentionally set by arsonists, and its second witness was Michael Russell, who lived in the Ghost Ship and barely escaped the fire. He testified he saw a couple of men he didn't recognize in dark clothing running for the exit shortly after the fire began.
And he said he thought 2 or 3 males based on their build. So that's consistent with what Ms. Evans overheard.
Russell also testified that he heard a woman in a red beanie and green dress yelling to others not to go downstairs, which turned out to be the only real escape route. The defense is hoping if it can show the actions of others contributed to the tragedy, it will break the liability of Derek Almena and Max Harris for creating the dangerous space and inviting people into it. But Colleen Dolan lost her daughter Chelsea in the fire and says none of the legal wrangling should absolve the 2 men of their responsibility.
It should not have been built in the first place. It doesn't matter if it was beautiful or awesome or anything else. It doesn't matter how the fire started. The fact is, it went up like a torch. It went up like a Burning Man structure, which is what they excelled in building, and that ghost ship.
There will be no testimony tomorrow, just some procedural matters for the court to handle. But defense attorneys say in coming days they plan to call city officials to the stand to try to establish that they knew about the dangerous conditions and did nothing. In Oakland, John Ramos, KPIX 5.
That fire in December of 2016 remains the most deadly structure fire ever in the city of Oakland.